Let's begin with a simple, sobering truth. In the conflict between Israel and Iran, peace is not on the menu. What we're witnessing today is not détente but delay, not resolution but recalibration. The ceasefire brokered with much fanfare by President Trump may be, like his expletive-laden declaration on live TV, loud and performative but ultimately fragile and lacking real substance. Superficially, the cessation of hostilities after 12 days of intense strikes appears to be a diplomatic coup. Trump claims credit for halting a spiraling regional war, a war which involved precision Israeli airstrikes, devastating US bunker busters on Fordo and other sites, and Iran's retaliatory drone and missile salvos, including a dramatic but ultimately symbolic strike on the US base in Qatar. Yes, Iran's nuclear infrastructure might have been severely damaged. Fordo, Isfahan, and Natanz have suffered significant hits. Dozens of nuclear scientists have reportedly been killed. The Revolutionary Guard's missile infrastructure has been degraded. And Netanyahu, who has long agitated for exactly such a confrontation, walks away claiming success. But this, I think, is a tactical victory, not a strategic one. Iran's knowledge cannot be bombed. Its uranium stockpile, over 400 kilograms of near weapons-grade material, is unaccounted for, and the regime, though battered, remains unbroken. Trump may have dropped the A-bomb, aerial, not atomic, but Iran is far from disarmed. Now he's dropped the F-bomb because he thinks that simply because he has said, now let's stop, that everything's going to stop. The truce is neither a comprehensive truce nor is it credible. Within hours of its announcement, accusations of violations flew in both directions. Israel claimed Iran had fired missiles post-ceasefire. Iran retorted that Israel had continued strikes until 9 a.m. Tuesday. Netanyahu ordered a retaliatory barrage on Tehran's radar installations. Even Trump, self-appointed architect of this ceasefire, admitted in a moment of candor that both countries don't know what the something they're doing. It's not the language of a man who's brokered a real peace. It's the language of a man caught between combustible allies, an angry press corps, and inadequacy, trying to recast chaos as choreography. This is no Camp David or Oslo moment. It's a pause, a calculated, uneasy pause where each party seeks to reload and reposition. Israel's military gained momentary ascendancy. Its air force displayed unrivaled precision. Its strikes decapitated elements of Iran's command infrastructure, yet politically Netanyahu emerges as a diminished individual. His long-coveted war produced no regime change in Tehran, no decisive endgame, and instead increased international isolation, especially given the continued carnage in Gaza. And as for stimulating the revolution in Iran, it's done anything but. It's actually stimulated the national cohesion, and it's silenced the revolutionaries. Trump may claim victory, but it's an ambiguous one. Having green-lighted the strikes, he now finds himself trying to muzzle an overzealous ally and manage the optics of a potential regional explosion just weeks before the Republican convention. His furious attempt to be both hawkish and pacifying led to a moment of bizarre theatre, praising Iran's traders while condemning their missiles. And what of Iran? It's bruised, humiliated, depleted, but not collapsed. It now has every incentive to pursue nuclear deterrence with renewed urgency. As one Tehran official put it, regime change takes chaos. The irony is that this war may have pushed Iran closer to the bomb, not further from it. And the short answer about will it will last is unlikely. The supreme leader or his successor remains ideologically committed to Israel's destruction. And that foundation animus is not dissolved by Trumpian theatrics or tactical restraint. Iran will regroup. Its proxies, Hezbollah, the Houthis, the Hasht, will be rearmed. Cyber attacks, missile tests, naval harassment in the Gulf. All this will resume in time. The long war, the Cold War, never ended. It simply took a 12-day intermission. Moreover, Iran's calculus is generational. As Ayatollah Khamenei once said, a wrestler may bend, but he never forgets his opponent. In this pause, Iran will not forget, it will prepare. This is also a moment of reckoning for Britain. If the Home Secretary can prescribe Palestine action, then surely the IRGC, which has threatened dissidents on our own soil and enabled terror across the region, deserves the same designation. Why the pause? Why the failure to act? This moral clarity shown against fringe activists cannot stop at the gates of the Islamic Republic. Britain must also support robust safeguards for the ceasefire, including swift actions and sanctions for violations and a re-energized diplomatic process that doesn't appease but contains. This means pressure, not praise, realism, not wishful thinking. So what has been achieved? Tactical damage, temporary calm, Trump's opportunity to play statesman, all these T's, T. What has not been achieved? Peace, deterrence, disarmament. This is a lull, not a resolution, a ceasefire, not a settlement. The F-bomb may have been dropped on air, but the real explosion, diplomatic, nuclear, or military, may yet be ahead. And so as oil markets sigh with temporary relief and missiles briefly fall silent, we should remember this. This conflict is unfinished. The next act is already being scripted, and the curtain has not yet fallen. And the mess was orchestrated by Israel and by the man in the comb-over behind the Resolute desk, playing billiards with a chessboard.